everybody, what we'll be looking at today is my first recorded Company of Heroes 2 match. I say first recorded, I've been playing a few matches. I've actually was meant to record this a month or two ago by now, but oh well. But yeah, this was probably one of my best matches. Pretty intense. Kudos to all the players, and I even made a friend during this match. It was mostly a battle for the center. This little area on the map right here. But let us not forget the importance of battling for the other positions as well. My teammates mostly did that while I focused on the center, but during this video we'll be going over the entirety of the battle if we can. And I'd just like to thank all the players for, well, basically making it one of the best matches I've ever played. Easily a favourite. So here we've got me playing as the Wehrmacht. Then we've got my teammates. This was Indiana, Empire, and over here we've got Justic. On the enemy team we've got the Americans being commanded by Dominic, the British by PhD,
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
the Soviets by Chaparaska, and I don't know how to say that because that's not English. Or at least in English alphabet. But as you can see, I'm sending my pioneers up straight away to try and capture some territory, and I mostly use my pioneers to build fuel caches on these territory points. Justic is commanding the Oberkommando West. I am commanding the Wehrmacht alongside Indiana. And Empire here is also commanding Oberkommando West. So, the Germans versus the Allies, you could use the best way to put it. As we can see here, Indiana and Empire were going to work together to secure this section of the map. And while Justic goes around and captures this side, I am getting my machine gun teams over here and hopefully getting them into place to cover the central point and even take it over. Looking up here, I have a unit of Volksgrenadiers. Sorry, just Grenadiers. Whoop. Let me just make that a bit bigger. I got a unit of Pioneers over here, waiting to build a fuel cache, and a mortar crew coming up behind the building here. Indiana and Empire seem to be struggling a bit here, but Empire's got his troops going in, and the Soviets are already got mechanized units.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our
I set
territory.
my MG up in the church, a pretty normal tactic on my behalf. I do it a lot, yes. And Justic's still setting up his trucks. He has been taking a bit of a beating. Here's my second MG of the match. I don't realize it, but this MG unit in the church here gets wiped out. by this M181 mortar team. Yep, there it goes. Meanwhile, I'm oblivious with my grenadiers building a bunker.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Back over here, Indiana and Justice seem to have secured the position. Indiana's got his machine gun covering a rather wide field of fire here. But then again, that's what the MG42 is good for, covering these wide angles. And he's even got a bunker here to support this MG back here, which is covering the flank of this MG here. And as we can see, Empire is sending up some Panzer Fusiliers. There's even a bunker back here, which I hope he turns into a command bunker so he can support his troops there. Back over here, we got Justice Volksgrenadiers engaging some Soviet conscripts. From the looks of it, yeah, the Allies have overrun this position with Soviet infantry backed by American mortars and rear echelon. And a British Vickers. Here we've got my troops trying to push out and heavily engaging enemy troops. I retreat them back here. I think this unit gets fully wiped though. Nah, he's gone. He's safe. My mortars here raining shells down on the enemy as soon as they can see him. My pioneers have built the cache. I haven't realized it yet. And Justice's troops have been flanked, but he's forcing them back with his Volksgrenadiers.
Now have defensive smoke capabilities. The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
My church and my bunker here getting mortared again. I lose my bunker to this mortar. The enemy mortars just have greater range. I sent these pioneers over to try and repair it, but yeah, that doesn't go too well. But yeah, as you can tell, I mainly battle for this center here. And here's Indiana building a bunker on the other side. We're trying to cover all our bases here. His troops down here seem to be doing just fine. Empire has got a Raketenwerfer, which is a interestingly designed field gun, essentially. I've even seen it put into buildings, so it can get pretty cool, get pretty interesting. It's a cool little unit. Here we've got an MG34 from Justic. He's secured this, I want to say, back corner. He's forming up there. He's going to cover the point and try and push in, probably. Back over here, Soviets are trying to push forward, and they've encountered the wrath of the MG42 team from Indiana. My bunker's firing away. I've lost another machine gun crew, I think, unless I fell them back. No, I've lost another machine gun crew. More grenadiers. And my mortar's still firing. I'm trying to get a command and medic bunker set up to support my troops, keep them in the fight a bit longer without having to run them all the way back to my base. Indiana here's built fuel caches as well. We've got the fuel point there. Fuel cache on there as well. Way to go, Indiana. Me and him seem to focus on that because we're Germans. We need the fuel. The medic crew are attempting to heal the pioneers, but the mortars are interfering. I move up one of my grenadier squads to try and get a field of fire from this building. I lose my pioneer squad here, I'm pretty sure. Back over here, Indiana is struggling with this MG, and the flanks getting pushed. Empire's falling his troops back a bit to the safety of the bunker here. Kinda surprised no command bunker yet. He could support his troops a bit better with that, but then again, I'm not him. He is shifting troops over to support Justic, however, and I am... See, there's the bunker gone. Pioneers are almost dead. This unit of grenadiers, yeah, it dies right there before I can get them out. My mortar is hurt, and I am trying to build sandbags in front of them to protect them. My medics are healing the mortar crew. Eventually, this entire center section just turns into a massive fucking crater. The allies have been setting up tank trap after tank trap after tank trap, and fighting position after fighting position after fighting position. They tried to turn this into the Maginot Line. The British obviously have some tough emplacements of their own.
The enemy have destroyed a forward emplacement.
And there's the enemy tanks on the field. I'm pretty sure to counter, we've only got AT guns and infantry. Yeah, there's some infantry support guns right there. Not the best against armor, but they can do some damage. And then our infantry have Panzerfausts and Panzerschrecks. This I did not see, believe it or not. I don't even know what that unit is. Hold on. Is that a British? Yeah, that's a British unit. That is the... That might be the Commandos. What is that unit? Yeah, Infiltration Commandos.
They're trying to take it.
But yeah, Indiana and Empire have battled hard for this section of the map, and they have held it tight. They've been pushed back, they've pushed forward a bit. Justic has been struggling, but he's been watching my flank as best he can there. Some of Empire's Panzer Fusiliers.
The gun is not crude, not anymore.
I've got a machine gun in my little command bunker here to try and increase the field of fire here, try and help my troops push in a little bit. My mortar's taking fire, but it is trying to fire back. Yeah, it's firing back. Not just sitting here and letting them shell me to shit. I try to move my machine gun up a bit here, or at least try to fucking heal it. Pretty sure I lose this mortar crew. Not yet, it would seem. This Grenadier squad is here, and I've lost the original Pioneer squad, so here's my new one. By now, I've got the support armor core, so I've got tanks able to roll out. And here I am building a Panzer IV. So I'm getting my armor out. Because my entire strat is hole up, shore up as much as I can, and then just get a bunch of tanks hold down around where I want to hold. Unfortunately, the enemy garrisoned the church before I could get the machine gun in it, and the machine gun crew dies here. Mortar crew, I'm firing my mortar, and yeah, I'm pretty sure my mortar escapes from this. And this grenadier squad fell back. There we go, right now they're healing each other up. Big enemy push from the penal battalion. Forced conscripts. And here we go, some serious Soviet artillery, the Katyusha rocket truck. Those Katyushas are pain in my ass. American anti-tank trucks. An AA truck. There's my Panzer IV. I managed to get it where I want it to go and hull it down. Which is like right over here. I wanted to hunt the T-70 a bit. So I guess I do hull it down at some point, but I did kind of yeet it forward to try and hunt down the mortars. I was originally aiming for that T-70 from the Soviets. So that Soviet mortar is retreating. I go after this one. The Soviets have some really long-range mortars, so knocking them out as fast as possible is a good idea. Yeah, I smoke here and try to get the tank out. I might lose it here, actually. Yeah, look, I'm retreating it now, but yeah, I'll lose it there. I thought it was completely destroyed, to be honest, but it looks like they can still take it over and crew it. That being said, it is severely damaged, so I'm already building another one. I'm pretty sure what I do here is, yeah, I finish it off with my own grenadiers there. I'm focusing a lot more on my side of the fight. Indiana and Empire here they've struggled. They got pushed off the point here, but they've taken it back from the looks of it. And Justic is still in this corner, still fighting hard for this area here. Indiana has this rocket truck, Panzerwerfer 42. He's gonna fire it on the center here, try and support my troops. I lose my mortar there, and my grenadier, my pioneer squad managed to pull out a bit. Thankfully, he built this Ford resupply station in this building here that acts as a sort of command center for me to replenish my troops. New tank rolls up and immediately pushing. I've kept a unit of pioneers at my base here, try and keep it under wraps. Believe it or not, I'm actually trying to heal the building here with this pioneer unit. But there's just too much enemy fire. I got my tank here, I've got it hulled down. It's gonna do some work, it's gonna take less damage hull down, it's gonna fire more accurately, reload faster, but unfortunately the enemy artillery just insane. Absolutely insane. And the fucking 6-pounder right there. The fucking HM38. I'm swearing a lot, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be, this is going on YouTube. I'm Australian though, it's natural. It just comes naturally. I don't... Ah, there we go. Panther. A panther from Empire here. Got it sitting there, watching the flank there, watching the bunkers. He's also sent up this Stuka Fools half-track. I may have said that wrong, but I'm trying. Soviets managed to get in the center here and hold it for a bit. I'm just regrouping my forces, replenishing my forces. This is when I get my pioneers to build a bunker for a medic station. And tanks ready. I'm not sure if I wait until I get a second tank or just push as soon as I send this tank forward. Yeah, I push as soon as I send this tank forward. Because they're getting aggressive with their guards rifle here. And they're kind of overextended a bit. So I want to try and cut them off. And cue the tank opening fire. They've got AT rifles, but my Panzer IV has some pretty thick armor, so it can handle the anti-tank rifles. Like, it's only been hit like twice. It's not a lot of damage. Hull it down, it'll last a bit longer, and the turret loot makes it better against infantry. I gave my Pioneer squad here a Flammenwerfer, so chase off the enemy infantry. As you can see, the Soviets pushed up a T-34-76. And they've got all this artillery firing on our position. This is where it becomes a crater. Because we're firing artillery, believe it or not, they're firing artillery, and I'm just trying to maintain some semblance of a front line. I've got my Flammenwerfer Pioneers here repairing the tank. Empire's Panther is still there. There is a Cromwell against Justic's Flampanzer 38 Hetzer. And here comes Justic with the fucking... I'm sorry. Frickin' Tiger 2. King Tiger. He actually pumps out a few King Tigers during this match. Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. I've unhulled my Panzer IV. I've charged it in a bit more. Trying to force them off the point. Force them off the point. Push! Now I'm trying to push the enemy off the point, trying to get in, capture it again. I managed to hull down right there. Minimal damage. I'm building another bunker back here to support my infantry so that they can get up and do some more damage. Another tank coming up. Not gonna let them win this point back easily. I have spent the entire match here fighting for this point. Second tank rolls up, opens fire. Gets his little MG42 upgrade right there. Yeah, the Pencil MG42. And Cromwell starts shooting at it. I push him more around these trees here. I'm going after the mortar here. The thing about Soviet crude weapons is, even if they're down to one man, that's not always the case, but with some builds, some commanders, they will keep on fighting, and I needed that mortar crew gone. As you can see, both of my tanks are fairly damaged. King Tiger's also a bit damaged there. I'm sending up my grenadiers here, trying to, I guess, secure a bit more ground. Back over here, Indiana's still holding with just some bunkers and a machine gun. And I think Empire's backed his troops out of this flank to try and help with center. There is, however, this resupply station here, which is probably a good call. And there's another penal push. I got my tanks hulled down over here again, starting to repair them up. And King Tiger there, just chilling. Using my grenadiers to try and take back some of my crude weapons. I think I even steal one of their mortars. I at least get my MG42 back. The rest all died in this church and became inoperable. The Flampanzer 38 here is absolutely ballistic. As you can see, it hasn't really gone forward too much, but it's literally been... Watch. It's been melting anything with infantry in it. That AT gun, gone. This entire Ranger push. That's all Rangers, goddamn. Watch, the Flampanzer is just gonna melt that. With the help of the machine gun and the fucking frickin' 7.5 centimeter guns. It's just a tough fight all round. It was just a tough fight all round. It was a long fight, a hard fight, a tough fight. Again, thanks to all the players that participated. And I do believe he gets the heads out, but his King Tiger should die sometime soon. Yeah, there it goes, engine damage. If it can escape, which I hope it does, I might repair it. I'm setting up my MG42 to try and cover the flank of my Panzer here. Because my Panzers are weakest at the rear. They've got side armor and whatnot, and yeah, there goes the King Tiger. It's not too big of a loss though, as I said, Justic pumped out a few dozen more later on. Here I am getting the heavy Panzer Corps going, trying to get some Panthers. Empire here has a Judge Tiger there, which is it's basically a Panther with a bigger gun and a bit more armor. The only downside is that it can't rotate its turret. It's a solid block of armor. And I've got my two Panzer IVs here, they're holding the line. And what's going on back here? Yes, there it is. I am creating a Panther right there. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because it kind of lulls there. It's mostly enemy artillery shelling everything to pieces. I lose a tank to the shelling there. This flank doesn't get hit too much. They kind of ignore this flank, and this flank just kind of sits here. Like, Justic could probably push and take that, and nothing would happen. All the enemy's focus is on this center right here.
The squad of pioneers has arrived. enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Here's my Panther coming up. I did lose one of my Panzers, but I managed to get one out. And I should be sending up some Pioneers. Yep, here they are. My Flammenwerfer Pioneer Squad is still alive. Mad lads. And I've got a Pioneer Squad with the hazard removal package, which makes them repair things a bit faster. Where'd I send them? They went straight to here. The Panthers fighting the good fight here, but I'm pretty sure I either pull it back or leave it there to die. Either way, I need to back it off. And it's just a wasteland of... It's just a wasteland now. Back over here, Justic is pushing forward. Over here, Empire's playing rough. Empire's also healing all of his troops back here. Back over here, my side of the fight again. Panzer IV moving up. There's a 234-85 over there. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm going around to flank this tank gun. And to go for the mortar. If I can stop them from shelling me, I can kind of save this entire front. So take out the anti-tank gun. They've got a Churchill there, so back up. I can't exactly take it on with all this infantry around me. There was actually a match around this time where there were so many Soviets, and every time I got a tank out, I would just see several penal battalion squads appear, and they would all satchel my tanks, and the tank would cease to exist. Here's another King Tiger.
That's a heavy tank gone.
The Churchill's dead, killed by my brilliant Panther here. And this Pack 43 would had a slight angle on its front armor. Here's the King Tiger, which I haven't noticed it. I didn't notice it during the match, but Justic here is struggling with his troops. He's only got the King Tiger and 2 Sturm Pioneer. Meanwhile, Indiana's just got all of these half trucks. And then you got Empire over here with the frickin' Judge Panzer, Judge Tiger, and the Panther over here. My Panzer IV got surging forward. I think I was targeting another mortar crew. Yeah, from the looks of it. Pulling him out, he's max vet. Don't want to lose him too soon. Panther's still here, Panther's still holding the fight. Another Panther coming up. I'm more of a fan of my Panzer IVs though. Like, look at this thing. It is covered in armor. Then we got the Panther. Panther's got a bigger, more powerful gun. I'm gonna try and heal both up here. King Tiger looks like he's just sitting it there for now. I'm surprised he doesn't go for the pintle mounted gun, because that does help against enemy infantry. And Empire here just surging forward with his Panther, trying to do what I've been doing, try to harass the enemy, take some of their weapons out, some of their guns out. I send my my second Panther forward to try and take some fire away from his Panther and his Judge Tiger. I managed to take out a mortar crew, and yeah, here I am. I'm moving forward. I'm probably going after the Katyusha. I see the Katyusha, I'm like, I gotta go take that out. And then engine damage, smoking, oh, retreat, retreat. Yeah, get out of there. Can't lose you yet. They're still shelling our position, but we're holding on. We're holding on. At some point I use my railway artillery. Yeah, this Panther is beat up, it's broken, it's falling back. I just look at it, it's running. And then I lose control and it dies right there. This is... yeah, I was more focused on my infantry back here. Justic was more focused over here with... Indiana seems to have moved his troops up. Indiana was more focused over on around looking here. I don't know what he was doing if he was looking over here. Yeah, he was focusing on the center with me and trying to find the enemy artillery. And then Empire here, I guess he's doing the same, trying to figure out where his troops are going, what he's doing with that. Then I'm watching the Judge Tiger move up. Gonna engage these infiltration commandos with their Sten guns. Look at their little Sten guns. They're gonna fall back though. It's not a retreat, they're just gonna fall back so they don't immediately die. They send the Zis gun forward and immediately gets flanked by my Panzer IV, which I start hulling down immediately. Grenadiers pushing forward with their MG-42 LMG. Lemeg. Just an intense battle for the sector here. Look at that. This was a stream, a church, a few buildings. Now it and a beautiful garden. Now it's just craters and wasteland. I lose my Panzer IV there, which is a shame. My Panzer IV did really good for so long, and I did lose one of my Panthers. I am building another one though, so if you're feeling bad for the Panzer IV, thank you. Nobody else felt bad for the Panzer IV that had done so much for this entire battle. Some point soon here, I'm pretty sure the enemy give up. They either give up or they lose. But it's just a crazy battle for the center. Look at that. I lose another unit of Grenadiers. My Pioneers almost die. They do die, sorry. I just got corrected in front of my own eyes. Empire sends his Judge Tiger and Panzer Fusiliers up. And the Soviets pull out their shock troops. They've just got all this artillery firing at us. It's hard to keep track of everything. Oh, there goes the Sherman. Just lost a medium tank. Yeah, that was the Sherman. I'm gonna turn on the fog of war. So this is what my team was seeing at the time.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
We saw literally nothing. The only time we saw their massive artillery is when we had flares or when we pushed troops out or they were firing. We could see nothing. As you can see, Justic there took the victory point. Trying to set up there. And all this fire, we barely see it. We're just focused on trying to retake the center at the moment. As you can see, I've got two Panthers, one on either side. In comes the Firefly, immediately destroyed.
The enemy destroyed a vehicle.
In comes another Firefly, it's gonna immediately get obliterated by the King Tiger.
My lord, a tank's been lost.
Turn off the fog of war again, see both sides. They've got a few tank destroyers around. Don't get me wrong, they fought hard, they fought well. It was at this point I just started teasing them with my tanks, essentially, pushing them up to about here, hulling them down, and then backing them up when they were too damaged. Yeah, here we go. My Panzer Grenadiers and the Panzer Fusiliers are going in to capture the point. Panzer Fusiliers, Veteran C4. Surprised they're still alive, but they do have the Gewehr 43 recon package, so they're good anti-infantry at a distance. Tanks trying to cover the Panzer Grenadiers. I'm trying to pull them out. Yeah, I'm giving them the Panzer Shrek here because the enemy have armor as well. They've made that clear. They've made that known. The real problem though is the Katyushas and the mortars. And the land mattresses, I forgot about them. They're just firing everything at us.
We are down to 75 points.
We're still fighting here.
The enemy is attacking.
They've kind of just ignored this flank. But this is where Justic gets very aggressive trying to take this flank back. Because they did push forward, they did recapture the point, and they did damage his Panzer headquarters. They got a few Jacksons pushing here, going against the King Tiger. Empire's surging forward with his Panthers. I got another Panzer IV up here on the front. And it dies right there. I'm mainly using my Panthers to hold the point and counter-attack, so I'm using the Panzer IV.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Trying to keep my Panzer IVs really in the fight there. Trying to fall back my Panzer Grenadiers because they destroyed another of my bunkers here. Yeah, just heal them up at this resupply station and hope I can get my bunkers going again. And at this point, America's struggling. The Soviets are starting to struggle, and Britain's practically dead. They've mostly got launchers and artillery and a handful of infantry. They're trying to get some tanks out again. If anything, this Soviet commander here, the shock rifle frontline tactics commander, he has the most troops for his team on the field. At this point, it was a lull in the battle, and I think this is where they gave up.
Shock troops have arrived.
No, not quite. Everything just kind of slows down for a minute. IS-2 heavy tank moving up on this flank. It's going to go largely unchallenged here, but in come the Soviet conscript squad. They're still shelling us, but they've got less to shell us with. Pretty sure it's only the one Katyusha, which really confused me, because there was a lot less artillery coming in than before. But as you can see, I've struggled the whole time, just focused entirely on the center point. I did move a unit up here to capture the point, and I did just that with the help of Justic there. But I'm retreating the Grenadiers now, and the Panzer Grenadiers kind of just walking around up here, trying to support my Panthers and holding this position against enemy armor.
Victory is in our ground. The bunker has been
Look, just look. Look at all this. That's all from the shelling for 45 minutes. Britain's relying on their infantry largely at this point. America's got a few tank destroyers now, but that's it, pretty much. And an AA gun. And the Soviets are still... the Soviets are taking losses, but this guy here, he's taken the least losses so far. Like, he's still going strong. Robert here, Indiana, he's got a few infantry, a few guns, largely these half-tracks. Empire here, he's had the same two tanks the whole time, and this Raketenwerfer frickin' Stuttgart half-track. And then Justic's been pumping in and out infantry and King Tigers. He loses another one there to the Jacksons. And meanwhile, I'm just rebuilding my force a bit. I do get another Panther, and I do send it over here to avenge the King Tiger. That was my main goal with this tank. Avenge the King Tiger, and then just push on. Like, this entire assault was make them bleed. Make them pay for every inch. Take back this capture point. Because at this point, they are not bleeding anymore, we are. Because Indiana has lost this point, and he is not focused on it. Empire has some Sturm Pioneers, they can probably run down and grab it. These Panzer Fusiliers would do too. And I've got this Panther here. Yeah, Justic's gonna go ahead and repair it while I hull it down. Indiana's got a large portion of his forces focused on the center here with me. I'm gonna send my Grenadiers forward. I don't know what I do here with them. I might be going to engage this conscript squad. Nah, just building the bunker there. Okay, just building the bunker. Got my Panzer Grenadiers in this command bunker here. Kinda hard to put it somewhere useful without it getting shelled, so... And that is the end of the match. They lose right there, and we win right there. Honestly, it was an intense battle. The allies did really well. Honestly, thought we weren't gonna make it for that, but we did manage to control two of the points at throughout the battle. And looking up here at the tickets, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, but it felt close. It felt like we had won by the skin of our teeth. And at the time, I remember just breathing this huge sigh of relief when we won the match. It was pretty intense. And I have been talking for this entire recording. And this will be going up on YouTube. That is what this entire recording was. This is why I saved the playback. Put something on my YouTube for once. We can see here my match results. I honestly pumped out quite a few Panzer IVs. I lost 5. I think I only built 5. But they did work. They did some decent work here. 56 kills. Grenadiers survived a good long while. Yeah, I was probably the weakest link in this entire army here. But I focused on the center point. I'm by no means a good player. But that doesn't mean I am not going to try. Over here we can have a look at the army value. And we can easily see my army at most points had the lowest value. But it had at the end there, it had the second highest value, and Empire, actually. Look at that. Empire kept a steady increase, pretty much, until he was the most valuable. And Justic kept spiking whenever he had the King Tigers. Indiana kept it pretty minimal as well, to looking at it. And the enemy army values stayed low, except for this player here. The highest value at the end there. Looking at the resource float, we can see. Yeah, my resource float was pretty much heart monitor, while everyone else kind of skyrocketed at the end there. Justic, though, had a lot of resources very quickly. And looking at the enemy, yeah, they had a lot of resources at the end there too. For some of them. As for the points held, as you can see, we had the most points held. I kind of just fell up and down a bit here. I was more focused on the combat in the middle. But yeah, that was the replay, and thank you all for watching. I actually recorded this before I started my Sunday night stream, so be sure to tune in to me on Twitch on weekends. Join the Discord. Honestly, just come hang out and join the Discord, and you get to talk to me, meet me, hang out, get notified when I stream. All sorts of fun shit. We're a growing community as it is, and I've made quite a few friends playing multiple games. Indiana and there actually became friends. I've made a few friends through playing Squad, which is great because I love playing Squad. Yeah, just all around, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to try, and been streaming a bit of DayZ lately. But yeah, thank you all for watching this. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, all that. I don't want to tell you to do all that, but it honestly makes me feel like there's going to be a point to uploading things on YouTube from now on. So I'm going to record more. But yeah, thanks for watching this, and hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.